Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fashion Coordinator, International Red Fashion Experience. And today I'm gonna speak on being your best self. Due to the fact a lot of people don't realize, you understand me, if you be your best self and love you, love yourself, love who you are, everything will fall into place. Those things that you want as a positive direction and a reflection of yourself, positive things will come back to you. So you have to really believe and have faith and really be your best self. What I mean by that is, you understand me, do the things that God would want you to do, treat yourself wonderful, respect other people, you understand me, be polite, be kind, you understand, and also don't use vulgarity, be, at your best, be your best self, you understand, and you will feel better about yourself. Don't take drugs. Don't drink. If you drink, drink moderately. If you take drugs moderately. I'm just saying, I'm not going to tell you what not to do. I'm just saying you got to do things within being your best self. If you overdo anything, you understand me? If you overdo if you eat too much, you understand me? It's not going to be no good for you. So you have to eat the right things. You have to eat moderately. You have to, you understand me, choose your friends, you understand, carefully. You know what I mean? If they're not motivating you, if they're not trying to be in your corner, if they're not trying to be for you, you know what I'm saying, then you have to get away from them because you need motivation. Being your best self is not easy. It's something that you have to do that takes work, and it's each and every day, and it's all day. You have to be on guard. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how long you've been doing it, it gets automatic. But you still have to have your defense up because you could try to be nice to certain people, and certain people come into your life to destroy your life. They don't come there, you understand what I'm saying, to be nice or to be right. They hate and you understand because you look great and you might be taking care of yourself. You're looking good. You're being your best self. If you once learned to be your best self, you don't have to dress and look like I look. Be your best self, whatever your best self is, which requires to be clean and neat. You can wear jeans, you can wear tennis shoes, you wear anything comfortable, but it's going to be clean and neat, and you're going to smell good, and you're going to brush your teeth, and you're going to look good. The reason why I say that is because personal hygiene is a very good part of being your best self. You understand? Because if you love you, you're going to take care of yourself. You're going to do the things that make you appreciate yourself. And for you to do that, you will get rewards. Rewards will come your way. You understand? Because by you being the person that you are, a wonderful person, a God-given person, and a person that believes in God, he will bring you somebody. Say if you're by yourself, he'll bring you somebody that commends you. So you'll be a better self. You know what I mean? By being your best self. They would accommodate you. You will find someone that will be a reflection of you. You know, if you're with someone and you guys are not heading it off and you're having conflict and not getting along, that's no good because all that you're doing is being with someone that is not bringing the best out of you. And you don't need that. You need someone that's going to motivate and inspire you. Or you can be by yourself till you find that person. And that's what holds a lot of people up. A lot of people get mixed up because they don't know how to love themselves and be their best self and not need nobody else. So you got to first be independent and learn how to love you. When you learn how to love you and be independent, then somebody else will come along on your equal basis to commit, to accommodate and commend you and be right there with you. Say if you're a king, that'll be your queen. You understand? You don't need no one else in your life that's going to be in your mix. You know, you keep everybody else at a distance unless it's your family, and you know where they come from. Even if it's family and they're not for you, and they're against you, hating on you, then you get away from them, because you don't need nothing and no one to interfere and present negativity towards you. You do not need that, because as I say, you have to be your best self, and the only way you're going to be your best self is to understand from knowledge and understanding and experience. From experience that you've had, if you're an older person, you've had experience with people, so you know who's for you and who's against you. Common sense will tell you that. If you're young, then you're exploring, you're trying to accommodate your peers, and you're trying to identify with people that are doing good. That's a difficult thing to do because when you're young, you're trying to find your identity. But the best thing for you to do when you're young is that don't be scared to be a nerd. When you're young, you got to look at one thing: it's succeeding, finding your way in life as far as your occupation, going to school, get your foundation set on your career, on where you want to go in life. Make sure it's something solid that you can last throughout your life, that you can retire. You know what I mean? And grow old and gracefully, and you will find a mate, and you'll find people that'll be your friends later on. Right now, you need to be concentrating on your position in life, doing something solid that's going to keep you out of jail. Something, you understand me, that you can win at. I know it's hard for you to accept that because you're trying to be cool right now. A lot of young people are trying to be cool. It's not cool to be cool. You understand? It's cooler to be a nerd, and what I mean by that is to go to school, get your knowledge, get your education, and find someone on your level that's trying to grow and be better. You understand? Because the ones that stand on the corner selling drugs and on the street, they have no future. They're out there, you understand me? They're not doing what's right. You dig? They're going in and out of jail. They're not keeping no woman. They're not keeping no one woman. They're with these women that are not with them for the right reason. The women that they're with, that these men are with, are fast women, they're taking it like it is. They're with him because he's winning or whatever he's doing. They're not with him for what he really is. They're with him for reasons that are superficial. The reasons are not real. And when you get older, you will realize that. But being young, you're having fun. But don't wait and experience all this negativity by having fun and not realizing that there's sacrifice you have to make if you want to win in life. If you want to be a musician, if you got to go to school and study those things. If you want to be fit and be great at being an athlete or whatever it is, then you have to concentrate on doing that. But make sure whatever you do, you have to have a backbone. You have to have a foundation. You have to have an education. Your education has to be there. Then from there, you can do anything. But just do things that are legal. Don't do things that are illegal. When I was young, it was, like I said, it was clever and it was slick to be slick because you can get away with things. Now you cannot get away with stuff. You know what I'm saying? The system has came to a point to where you have to be straight. So you might as well be straight and don't go to jail because there's too much time that they are giving you now. For doing crime, you get too much time. You don't have time to practice. Like I said, when I was coming up, you can practice. No practice now. So you better do the right thing and be a square and go to school and get an education and try to find you a wife and be right and treat her right and try to raise a family. So you ain't got to go through 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 4 divorces. You know what I mean? And then trying to find the right woman. If you give a woman your best and she gives you her best, then you can work it out. Because you got to realize this. If you don't make it with that person, you may not make it with the next. Because you have to realize, you have to concentrate on yourself. You got to realize, you got to say, well, look here, I got to better my condition and try to be patient enough to wait on the right person. Just don't get with someone because you're attracted to them and you want to have sex with them. You learn them and try to see what you have in common, things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Be mature about the situation when you get with someone and you want to, have a relationship with them. You want to look in the long haul. You don't want to look at the short range. Because looking at a short range, being infatuation and things like that, they don't last. That don't last. Because you got to look at it. You got to look at what you have in common with that person. You need to be friends for a little bit before you really make a commitment so you get to know them and know what they're about. You know what I'm saying? And then you can feel that way at the beginning, but you have to really, really, really see if it hurt, really make it happen. If you're for each other, you know what I'm saying? For something real. You know what I'm saying? If it's real. And you'll know that, you understand me? By the things you go through and the sacrifices that you and them make toward each other and what you have to do. When you're young, you're going through a struggle. When you're older, you're set and you know more about what you want. See, it's easy for an older person to get who they're looking for, but they have to be patient because, first of all, they've made many mistakes in the past, so they feel like they may not find the right one. But if you be your best self and you work on yourself, that will come. But you got to be ready. See, the Lord will bring that to you when you're ready, when He feels you're ready. If you're not ready, say if you're playing women or you got more than one woman and you're doing all this, then it ain't gonna happen. Because like with me, when I had other women, and I was trying to, wait and find the right one out of the ones that I was messing with, it didn't work. I had to get stepped on and found out that, that it wasn't for me. And then I said to myself, I said, no, I'm working on me. I'm getting myself together. I'm not messing with no women until I find the right one that I really want to be with. And it'll come. It'll come. I'm not even going to look for it. I'm just going to be my best self. You know what I'm saying? And it'll come. And it happened to come. I believe it came. But I'll see. Time will tell. You understand? But I'm like this here. I'm not saying nothing because I keep my business to myself. And I'm not a person to project hate and jealousy because people seem to project that toward me because I'm winning. And when you're winning and you look in this way and you got confidence, a lot of people, you understand me, don't want to see you win because misery loves company, you understand? If you came from a situation like me, 21 years sobriety, you understand me, on the right path, being the best I can be, being my best self, and they can't be their best self, then they want to hate on that because, first of all, they can't do it. But they can do it. All they have to do is make that initial move. All they have to do is make the initial move. What I mean by make the initial move is all they have to do is realize that you got to work on you. It's not always the other people. You understand? If you work on you and be the best you can be, you'll feel better about you, and people will gravitate towards you. Good people will gravitate towards you. It's a gravitational pull. It's just if you put out good energy, it comes back to you. You understand? You ain't gotta worry. It happens to me every day. I get good energy coming to me just by the way I look and the way I present myself, and I smile. I don't do a lot of talking to people. You know what I mean? They talk to me. They come to me. You understand? I talk like I'm talking now on the radio. I talk when I talk on my shows. I give people good advice, and I be what I can be. But silence is golden, so I notice that if I'm not on the air, I just don't go around talking to people because I feel like what I have to say is valuable, and they may not be ready to hear it. So unless they come to me and talk to me and let me know they open and open the gate, then I know that they're ready to hear what I have to say, and then I'll give them a word of wisdom because what I say and when I speak, I value that. I just don't talk to anyone and everyone, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's just my philosophy, because like I say, you understand me, that I say is something golden and precious, and I'm telling you on the air because I'm letting you know if you see me out in the street or in public and I'm just look at you and I'm walking, I'm sitting somewhere, and I'm not doing a whole lot of talking or preaching like you see people on the corners doing that because that's not what I do. I show success by the way I look. I look like I'm winning. You understand me? Like I said, I'm being my best self. And the way I dress and the reflection of me, that's when I'm showing you my best self. You dig? I don't have to speak on it. I show it. Just like I speak on fashion, the fashion experience. I am the fashion coordinator, but I don't speak on fashion no more. I used to tell the young people, I used to tell them all the time how to dress. Pull your pants up. You know what I'm saying? Dress up and look. I don't say that now. See, I changed my philosophy because their best self may be clean. Wear clean underwear. Wear expensive belts. Do something to make yourself feel superior. Like you're feeling like a king. Wear the best of everything. I'll tell them to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then you look good wearing something nice and new and fresh. Because when you look good, you feel good. The better you look, the better you feel. But you don't have to have a suit on. You can have your pants sagging, but just wear clean underwear and be looking good and wear nice, new, fresh stuff. And you watch how good you'll feel. But wear your style because you're young. Wear your style. I'm not going to tell you not to wear what you wear. I'm just going to say wear it the best of your ability. You understand? Because I used to say that to people. Pull your pants up and dress up and all that. No. I'm not going to say that. Because there's a whole generation that wasn't coming up when I was coming up. I came up when the dressing up and looking good. When a black man dressed up and looked good, it was a thing that he did. See, when I came up, a black man did that. He dressed up. He looked his best. See, I came up in the 67, like around that time. I was wearing suits when I was a teenager. When I was 16 years old, I was wearing suits like I am now. I got pictures of that. You know, when I was going to school and running around, you know, I dressed up. I mean, I wore quality clothes. I went to where grown men dressed, Howard's and places like that, because that's the way I came up. The whole generation, my generation, was the generation of people dressing up. Because our goals was to look like the Temptations, the Four Tops, Smokey Robinson, the Miracles. You know, they all dressed up on stage. So when you got off stage, they still looked good, because the clothing stores and everywhere was projecting dressing up as an image. See, so we seen that. That's what we seen. See, now the youngsters don't see that. They see rappers, and they wear jeans, and they wear expensive things. You got jeans that cost $1,000 now. You know, you got Versace, you know, you got those jean suits that cost $2,000. You know, everything costs more and it's more expensive, and it's got a name to it, but that's what you're winning. That's what your success, that's what that being your best self is. It's different than mine. I'm an old man, so I'm going to look at things differently. But the point I'm making is, be your best self for your generation. And what never changes is treating women right, treating women with respect, respect your elders. You understand? Give them their respect. Don't disrespect anyone that's younger, older than you. Don't even respect people that's younger than you. Respect all people. If you see a tramp on the floor and he's laying on the ground, respect him, because he was somebody at one time. He's just down on his luck. You know what I mean? A word of inspiration, a word of encouragement can bring him back up. See, so you have to look at all people as people that are loved and need to be appreciated. Those that are caught in that disease and are twisted and messed up and got a hate and all that, that's caught up in it, you stay away from them. Those that are caught up in that disease and messed up, you stay away from them, because there's no hope. There's hope for them, but they gotta make up their mind to get help. See, you understand? You respect them, but if they start trying to con you or cross you or get in your face with some drag, you know what I mean, negativity and all that, you get away from them, because they don't mean their self no good, and they don't mean you no good. See, the best thing you can do is look out for yourself. Be your best self and look out for you. Don't let no one else, you understand me, interfere or get in your way. You don't want no one to get in your way and get, you know, put you on a negative situation. You don't want to worry about them. You know, you don't want to, they don't mean nothing to you, and you have to do that. See, my rim of people is slow now. Like I told you last year, throughout not getting apologies, I eliminated 10 people from my surroundings, and they let themselves go. You understand? And I'm happy for that, because when you get rid of negativity, you have room for positive energy. See, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm concentrating on positive energy so I can be my best self. I want to be my best self, the best I can be, so I can be happy. You dig? I want to travel. You understand? I want to go. I want to shop. I want to go. I want to be with someone, you understand what I'm saying, that loves to do the things I like to do. You know what I mean? Go to the movies, you know, dance, you know what I mean, laugh, you know, sit in a coffee shop and just have coffee and talk. You know, the things that don't cost a lot. You know, it don't cost a lot to be happy. See, people don't realize that. Happiness does not cost. It's a state of mind. You have to get your state of mind in the positive direction and really realize that simpleness is the best. If you be real and sincere, and it's in your heart, happiness comes from within. So if you realize where happiness comes from, and you keep happiness in your heart, then you can win. All you gotta do is keep doing what's right, and it all come out right. You know, but you have to stay away from negative people that are trying to put you on the wrong page. And when you're young, you get caught up into that because you're trying to find your identity. And it's hard to be by yourself because people ostracize you, People talk about you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to learn to be your best self. If you're overweight, lose weight, exercise, do what you have to do to be the best, be on your way to being better. You know, if there's a way to cure whatever your situation is, then you do that. You go see the best people you can see, and you have the attitude that you can do it. I can do it. Don't never think you can't do it, and don't never give up. Never, never, ever give up. You understand? And don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let people, you understand me, talk about you. If you're around there on drugs and you're drinking and you're tore up, well then quite naturally, you're not trying to help yourself. You're not having a good image. So you need to help yourself first. Go to treatment. Get some help. Go to therapy. See, certain things you can't do, you go and get the help, and then you'll realize, you understand me, that you got to get on the right track before anybody else can help you. Or before anything good happens to you, you got to be on the right page. You know what I mean? You got to get yourself together. That's why I said you got to learn how to be your best self. And if you're doing things that are wrong, that are not good for you, then you got to go get some help to eliminate that. Because you ain't going to be your best self until you learn how to eliminate all that negativity and get away from those people that are bringing you down. If you're on the corner drinking and on drugs, and you sit on the corner all day wearing the same clothes every day and drinking and on drugs, you're in a fantasy world. You're drinking and drugging, you're in fantasy. You got to get into reality. And reality is drink some coffee, go to the library. Instead of standing on the corner drinking wine, go to the library and drink coffee and go on the right page and read something positive. If you don't want to read the Bible or go to church, read some positives, the PMA, positive mental attitude. Read something that can inspire you. You know what I mean? That'll make a difference in your life. Because that's what you need. You need to realize that there's a better world and it doesn't cost a lot. It's just changing your environment and getting around the right people that can motivate you. People that are on the right page, you know, and that doesn't cost a lot. And that's what people realize. People that say they need money for this and need money for that and need all that, no. First, you got to change your attitude. Everything has to come along. Dressing and looking good every day and whatever you want to do, you can do whatever you need to do. But you have to change your attitude. If your attitude is of stinking thinking, you ain't going to never grow, you understand me, and be a winner. You have to grow and be a winner, and you have to be your best self to be a champion, to be a winner. And that's how these great people that you see and that you know and you hear about, they get this attitude in their mind, and they get it in their heart, and they go out there with the greatest of ease, you understand me, to be the best they can be each and every day. It's not a one-day thing. It's not like looking at a movie, 2 hours, you think you're Hercules or you think you're Superman, and then when the movie's over with, you're back to feeling bad. No. You have to realize all day long, you have to tell yourself you're great. You have to tell yourself I'm better than them. You have to realize this. You know what I mean? You have to feed it to your mind. Let your mind realize that you are better than you think you are. You know what I mean? You have to really, really believe. If you believe, you can achieve, but you have to really believe it. And that's why I say go to therapy, go to positive groups. They have groups to give you help. You know what I'm saying? If you feel bad and in the dumps, you go to these different support groups. If you're overeating, go over there where the people go to get help there, where other people that's thinking like you can, and they're trying to change because they got coaches and people in there that can help you do better in that area. You dig? If you're on drugs, you go there to get somebody to help you change your attitude. Most people, adversity is to see the greater benefit. Most people that have won, that have achieved, that really appreciate life, have been through some things in life. If you have never seen the dark side of life, then you'll never appreciate the light. See, you got to go through the bitter to understand the sweet. And this is the thing that I try to tell people that are young, that have had silver spoons in their life and had people give it to them all the time. There's no lessons in that. If you've lived and you've been raised by rich people that have money and you never did bad, then you don't appreciate good. You don't appreciate the things in life that mean the most. You understand? Because you haven't really experienced the lessons that go along in life. There's lessons in life to make you great. And this is what it's an ongoing process. And I don't care if you're the richest people that have the most, that materialistic thing does not determine how great you are. It's what you've been through and the road that you walked and crawled and stuttered and went through to be the person that you are. Because everybody got a different road they went there through. Everybody went on a different road to get to where they at. The point is getting there. And the harder the struggle was to get there, the longer and the more so that you have it. The harder it took you to get there, the more you have it locked. And you appreciate life more because of what you've been through. You understand? And this is the thing I try to get people to understand, that it's not these people judging these people because they have Rolls Royces or they have mansions. What did they do to get to that? How did they get that? You got this person, their family is rich. They inherited money from their people. So they just got it like that. They didn't earn it. They didn't scuffle. They didn't struggle. They didn't work hard to get it. So they don't appreciate it like somebody else. I know a dude that I was speaking on one time. He had never been to jail. He never did bad. He was always doing good. He was fortunate. The slightest thing that happened to him where he couldn't make no money, and he was scared he was going to sell his house. He had a mansion, and then he was going to sell his Rolls Royce. And he was scared because he was going to have to live in a normal house. He was going to have to leave. He couldn't live in the city because it was too expensive. If he wasn't making the money, he needed to keep his image up. So he was scared to go live in like Fresno, Bakersfield, or say go move to Atlanta, Georgia, where the economy is cheaper and you can live like a king with less money. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to keep his image up of having money. And he was scared. He was thinking of suicide and all kind of things because he couldn't. The slightest falling from grace that he called falling from grace, because he went his whole life, he was in his 50s, damn near 60, and he never seen a dark day. So that little simple thing that happened to him, because he never was on drugs, he never had a bad day. So when that simple thing that drove him down almost took his life because it hit him so hard. It hit him so hard because he was not used to the bitter and the sweet, the ups and the downs of life. It was always straight up for him. So he did not see a rocky road. So he didn't know when the ship sank. He didn't know how to swim. See? So I thank the Lord for the bitter days I've had to let me know how to appreciate these things now at my golden years in life. You know what I mean? At my golden years in life, I could be my best self and really appreciate self and really be real about things in life. Because I don't have time to play. When you get to a certain age and you've been through it all, and you got there honestly, and you got there with hard work and appreciation, and you got there the right way, then life is nothing but great. And you ain't have to have a lot to feel that way. You don't have to feel a lot. You done been through a lot. So you get to where you're at, and you're happy to wake up that day and be thankful that you got up and you're able to dress up and look good. That's why I look good like I look every day, because it's a reflection on how I feel. See, I don't expect you to look the way I look. This is the way I look because I'm me, and I'm my best self. You have to learn to be your best self. So your best self will be different than mine. But the thing you got to do is get to the point to where you can be your best self and live your life with the greatest of ease. You understand me? And, you know what I mean? And just feel wonderful when you wake up. You know what I mean? And only you can do that. And then when you once do that and get that down, time will come where you will find somebody else that feels the same way about life as you do, because the Lord will bring you someone that can accommodate you, that can be a reflection of you. You will learn that you can have someone be a reflection of you. And it will happen. You will meet the right one. It will come because you have to be serious and know what you want. And when you know what you want and you be your best self, like I said, it'll all come together. You dig? And if it don't come together, you stay on that right path. You do not change your thinking. You do not belittle yourself. You do not make sacrifices and get with someone that's less than you are, not on your level. You understand? Because I went through that before. I was dressing and I tried to get someone to dress them up and it didn't work. No, you don't do that. Because when that didn't work, I knew, no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to be my best self. And if whatever I like and what I want doesn't come to me, then I just will be without it. But I'm going to be my best self, so it's going to, the magnificent, the gravitational pull will pull that to me. And that's exactly what's happening. So I'm not going to say no more about it. I'm just going to say, you understand me? I want to give a shout out to Beverly. And you be good, you understand me? And I had a nice time, a nice Valentine's. Believe that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close my show and let you know that being your best self is what your aim in life should be. Don't worry about no one else. Be your best self. Be the best you know how to be. And everything else will get you the victory. International Red for the record, fashion experience. See you next time, and be good. Try to have difficulty disconnecting, but we're going to be all right.